What if the biggest threat to a system was actually its greatest test? Well, right now, we are watching that happen in real time. Welcome to our live in-progress analysis of Plasm's Day 78. This is the single largest token unlock in its entire history, and the main event is unfolding as we speak. So let's just dive right in. Okay, before we get into the thick of it, just a quick but really important note. This is for educational purposes only. We're here to analyze the data, not to give advice. So, as always, please do your own research before making any decisions. So what's the state of play? Well, we're 21 hours into Day 78, but you know what? The real storm is just about to hit. A staggering 90% of the token unlock, we're talking 2.15 million tokens, is set to be released in just the next 2.5 hours. This isn't just a critical window. This is the moment of truth.
And that brings us to the big question, right? The core of this whole analysis. Are we watching a system that's on the brink of collapse, or is this a masterclass in resilience? Because the initial signals, they are not what you'd expect, and that's what makes this so fascinating to watch.
So, our first clue is, well, it's a bit of a puzzle. It's this strange dance happening between Plasm and its partner asset, eShare. In a typical market storm, you'd expect them to both go down together, in lockstep. But what we're seeing is the exact opposite, and that's a signal we absolutely cannot ignore.
I mean, just look at this. While Plasm has taken a controlled 20% drop, eShare has completely defied gravity with a 30% surge. Let me be super clear here. This is not what a crash looks like. In a real panic, everything goes down. This is something else entirely.
And here's the key takeaway. Panic selling is messy. It's indiscriminate. What we're seeing here is the opposite of that. It's a calculated, strategic move. The market is basically signaling that it believes Plasm is a bargain at this price, and they're betting on a comeback by snapping up eShare.
So how does this actually work? Well, you can think of the liquidity pool like a seesaw. As eShare's value shoots up, the pool has to automatically rebalance itself. And guess what that does? It creates buy pressure for the other side, for Plasm. It's like a built-in recovery system hardwired right into the protocol's DNA.
But believe it or not, the eShare story is just the beginning. Now let's look under the hood, into the protocol's engine room. Because while the price is taking a hit on the surface, the yield engine isn't just holding steady, it is firing on all cylinders.
Get this, in the last 24 hours, right in the middle of all this chaos, the protocol has seen 310 brand new bonds created. That is a record, a 6.8% expansion of the entire system in a single day. Just incredible.
So why should you care about bonds? Simple. They are the fuel for the protocol's yield engine. More bonds mean more power, more sustainability, and a much healthier system in the long run. This isn't just some random number. It's a huge vote of confidence in the protocol's future profitability, and it's happening under extreme duress. The bottom line here, the protocol's ability to generate yield is about to get a serious boost. This is what anti-fragile looks like out in the wild, a system that doesn't just survive stress, it actually uses it to get stronger.
All right, let's talk about the price. I know, a 20% drop is no joke, but to really understand what's happening, we need to separate the fear from the actual facts.
Just take a look at these numbers. The absolute nightmare scenario, the worst-case fear, was over $2 million of sell pressure hitting the market all at once. The reality so far? About $156,000. That is a massive, massive difference. Yeah, that's a 93% reduction in sell pressure from what everyone was bracing for. This is not a panic sell-off. It's a controlled, managed descent. But here's the thing you got to remember. Day 78 is not the finish line. Not even close. It's just the highest peak in a week-long mountain range of token unlocks. As you can see, the pressure isn't just going to disappear. We've got nearly 1 million more tokens unlocking tomorrow, and then another 1.2 million on Day 83. But here's the key. Today is the big one. Nothing else this week even comes close to this level of pressure. And this is exactly why today matters so much. If the protocol can handle the absolute storm of Day 78, it proves it's well-equipped to handle the smaller waves that are coming later this week. Today is literally the blueprint for survival. And that brings us right back to this very moment. The next 2.5 hours are the final exam. So, what are the key metrics that are going to tell us if the protocol passes this test? Here's exactly what to watch for in this final stretch. Think of it as your Day 78 success checklist. We need to see staking stay above 55%. We want a really tight liquid supply, under 10%. That defense pool needs to be over $20,000. And of course, the price has to hold strong above 5 cents. If we see all that, we're in very good shape.
So what's the story so far? It's really a tale of two different actions happening at once. On one hand, the protocol is in full-on defense mode, absorbing massive sell pressure. But on the other hand, it's on the offense, actively expanding its future yield capacity. This isn't just about survival, it's about evolution.
The signals are all there. The eShare surge hints at a recovery. The bond explosion promises a stronger future, but the final chapter is yet to be written. 2.15 million tokens, 2.5 hours. The main event is happening now. This is the ultimate test.